Hey everybody! This week we're going to be making basic chocolate chip cookies with a bit of a twist. Last week I was in Mexico and I made a batch of cookies and they only had Turbinado sugar, which is a coarser sugar than the granulated one that normally you find in supermarkets here in Canada. I made the cookies with the Turbinado sugar and they were absolutely outstanding. So I've gone to Bulk Barn. I've picked up a container of Turbinado. I've also picked up a container of cane sugar. Again, that's the kind of sugar that they use in Mexico instead of white sugar. So I'm going to substitute those in for the white sugar and the brown sugar in my recipe. You'll have to forgive me. I started making these and then I remembered, oh yeah, I should probably be filming this for my video. So I've already mixed in the sugar, the butter, and 2 eggs. I'm going to be mixing in now the vanilla and the flour, and of course the chocolate chips and a few other ingredients. So let's get started, or let's continue. So here's what we've got so far. This is the butter and the sugar and the 2 eggs mixed together. And just so you can see the difference, this is the Turbinado sugar. It's quite coarse. This is the stuff that they put on top of professional muffins at, you know, Tim Hortons, Dunkin' Donuts, any place like that, to make it seem, I suppose, fancier. But it actually adds a really nice crunch to the cookie. This is the cane sugar, so it's slightly, very slightly thicker than regular white granulated sugar. It's also got a bit of a yellowish tint to it. Just one last thing, I also picked up some Mexican vanilla, which is supposed to be the best vanilla in the world. I'm not sure if this is the same stuff I used in the cookies that I baked in Mexico, but I figure Mexican vanilla, you know, why not if it's supposed to be the best. If you only have regular vanilla extract, I'm sure it doesn't make too much of a difference, but I thought. So here's the dough. This time I used milk chocolate chips instead of semi-sweet like I usually do. You're going to drop these by tablespoonful onto a baking sheet and put them into a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 10 to 12 minutes, or until they're brown around the edges. One other thing that I did differently with these cookies is in Mexico they didn't have any salted butter. Normally I use salted butter, so I was using unsalted, and the butter I had been left out in the sun, so it was a lot softer than the butter that I usually use. So it's a hot day today, so I left out my butter in the sun. It's not melted, don't let your butter melt, but get it pretty much about as soft as it can be without being melted. And that's how you make Mexican chocolate chip cookies. They're not exactly the same as the ones I made in Mexico, but they're pretty close, and they're still really delicious. It's a big departure from my usual recipe, where I usually use whole wheat flour, which gives it sort of a chewy, kind of nutty flavor. You'll have to excuse me, it's really hot in my kitchen right now. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all next Monday. Bye-bye.